The goal isn't to stop the tantrum. It's to be present through it so that we teach them. Like, hard things are going to come in life. We don't circumvent or avoid them. They're going to come back up. Let me teach you how to work through it so that they learn, what does this feel like to pass through the storm, and that they can survive it, and that they are still loved inside of it. That is what starts to build their capacity for confidence later in life, which we'll talk about in the middle and late childhood stages. So that's how to help navigate a tantrum. But we talked about the fact that this is the stage about autonomy, and autonomy support is one of the 3 core parenting principles that we talked about in part 1 and part 2. Remember, it was warmth, structure, and autonomy support. And so this is where it starts to show up for the first time. So autonomy support in childhood is not about giving your child unlimited freedom. That is unsafe and does not provide them the scaffolding and the guardrails that they need. It's actually what we call bounded autonomy, offering very real and meaningful choices with structure that you have set in place. So you still have the parental authority. The choice is always contained, but choosing is always real. So we would say something like, do you want the red pajamas or the blue ones? It doesn't really matter whether they wear the red or the blue pajamas, but it helps them practice making choices. And at a young age, you always want to give limited choices because we don't want to overwhelm their brain beyond the capacity of making choices. We would not want to give them 5 choices for pajamas. That would be very overwhelming. Now, once they get to the ages of like 8, 9, or 10, we can say, like, go to the closet and pick out your clothes. And then they've got like 8 things to choose from. But by that point, they have been given practice in making decisions ever since toddlerhood. You can also do it like, do you want to put your shoes on now, or do you want to put them on after you finish your breakfast? Again, it doesn't give them the choice of whether to put shoes on or not. It lets them choose when to put the shoes on. And honestly, this is one of the secrets to diffusing power struggles, is when you have given them a choice, their brain says, oh, I get to choose. I'm in control. And then you don't have to worry about the argument that's going to come about not putting shoes on, because you've literally baked a choice into the mechanism. Instead of the choice of put your shoes on or don't put your shoes on, you've let them, instead of choosing not to put them on, choose when to put them on. Another example could be, do you want to hold my hand or do you want to hold on to the stroller? They've got to hold on to something. Let them choose which one it is. Every single one of these small choices is actually communicating something to your toddler's developing will. It says your preferences matter here. Your agency, it exists in this relationship, and your voice is welcome.